the advice that I would give is that think of literally every time your hand hits the water, every element of your stroke, every time you've got a stroke rotation, you are thinking about something that you're improving, or some element, or you're just checking in. I mean, even if you're a 115 per 100 swimmer, you should still be checking in on, oh, did my hand hit the water where I wanted it to hit? Did I get that elbow up quite enough? But literally each time your hand hits the water, you have an opportunity to get better. And the metric is not how many yards did I swim at the end of the workout. It's I mean, not that we would be keeping track of this, but it's like, how many times did my hand hit the water the way I wanted it to hit the water versus how many times did it not? And getting that percentage up as close to 100% as you can, that's what's going to make you faster.
Hi, Coach Mike Ritchie here for the D3 Multisport Trust the Process podcast. In this week's podcast, we have Coach Dave Shanin. Dave is an amazing triathlon coach, a great swim coach, an even better human being. You can listen in as him and I debate volume in swimming versus high intensity for beginners, and we really start with someone that's on the slower range and bringing it back to the faster folks, and how you balance that volume and intensity. It's a great listen if you're new to swimming. It's a great listen if you're kind of in that in-between range, but just getting understanding and a handle on how much intensity you really should be doing. Dave has some great thoughts, and we certainly mix it up a little bit, and I hope you enjoy this, and let us know your thoughts. Hi, Coach Mike Ritchie here from D3 Multisport, the D3 Multisport podcast, and this week I have Coach Dave Shanin on with us. Dave is a longtime D3 coach, a longtime coach of national champion team, University of Colorado Buffaloes, and actually Dave was awarded with the USAT Coach of the Year for the Impact Community Award. Dave is an amazing volunteer on so many levels, but beyond that, he's an amazing coach. I always go to him for ideas on swimming, and one of the topics that him and I have always talked about, even, and I think we see eye to eye on this, but we'll see if we can contrast a little bit today. Volume versus quality, and I think this is a big thing for people that they tend to think, okay, I see the fast guys are swimming 4,000 yard sets 3 times a week. I need to do that. But sometimes they do it with lousy form, right? So let's get Dave's take on this. He's nodding already. I can see that. But let's break it down. Let's break it down like a front pack swimmer, mid pack swimmer, and a back of the pack. And let's say I'm a beginner triathlete. I just started swimming on back of the pack. I'm swimming 230, 100, right? Like that's where I'm some breaststroke. I'm some form of freestyle. I'm getting through it at 2.5 minutes, and that's way more common than we think. How do I get to 2 minutes 100? How do I get to 2:15? Is it volume? Is it quality? What's your take on it, Dave?
Sure. Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me. So I think that there are multiple factors here that we want to consider, and for the most part, if you're a newer swimmer, the frequency is going to be important, and so it's not so much banging out 4,000 yard workouts. It's, can you get in the pool 5-6 days a week in order to make that improvement? And the way I think about sort of the answer to this question about volume versus quality is, 2 ways to think about this. The first rule is always quality, just always quality. And even when you're putting in higher volume, when you get to the point where you can handle that, you still want to have that quality mixed in. And then the other thing that I'll just sort of present for thinking is, like, imagine a 2x2 matrix here, right? So we've got, like, on the one axis, the up and down axis, let's say, you've got your front of the pack swimmers in the top and your mid or back of the pack swimmers on the bottom. And then across that bottom axis, we've got how much time you have to give. So if you've got just a little bit of time, or you've got lots of time to give. And in so that creates, 4 boxes here. 3 of those 4 boxes, it's really going to be quality, is what I'd be recommending for the workouts that you have. So when you're in this first side on